He was less than discreet with his little cheat sheet. Their president sings karaoke, while ours looks like he's going to croaky. Photo snapped during a press conference Wednesday shows President Biden had advanced knowledge of an LA Times reporter's question. Turns out the only chance of a gotcha moment is when Biden grabs a child. It says, quote, how are you squaring your domestic priorities like reshoring semiconductors manufacturing with alliance-based foreign policy? And on the reverse, it said, if found, return me to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Yes. Now, the LA Times says they didn't submit anything beforehand. Right. And the White House is denying it because they would. The question, however, the reporter asked wasn't word for word, but it was similar. Anyway, it all happened at a joint press conference with South Korean President Yoon Yeol. Yep, I think I said that right. It turns out he has a beautiful set of pipes.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile. Something touched me deep inside the day the music died.
Something touched him deep inside. Better check. It might be Joe's finger. You know, Don McLean must be spinning in his grave, and he's alive. But hey, their president sings while our president soils. But how refreshing to see a prez show signs of life, unlike our ancient commander-in-chief who could barely fog a mirror. But we should get over Joe's age, according to the Daily Beast. An op-ed argues his age has been an asset so far. His experience has enabled him to advance an ambitious domestic agenda and revitalize the world's most important alliance in ways many thought would be impossible. Man, that writer is so far up Joe's ass, I bet he can taste the hair plugs. He's probably covered in Haagen-Dazs. And if we're talking age, Biden once ran a campaign saying his opponent was too old to serve. That opponent was 63. During his 72 Senate race, Biden said Cale Boggs, quote, lost that old twinkle in his eye he used to have. Again, said it about a 63-year-old. Meanwhile, our prez replaced a twinkle in the eye with a twinkle down his thigh. Biden's had a facelift and a hair transplant, and he still looks like the guy who drank from the wrong grail in an Indiana Jones. What's Joe think of all this?
Oh, yeah, man, that guy lost his twinkle. He lost his twinkle. I didn't lose my twinkle. No, I still got it. Twinkle, twinkle, little Joe. Everybody thinks you're old. Well, you got that twinkle in your eye. As old as I am, then fly. And I never lose that twinkle, even when I wake up in the night to go tinkle.
All right, whose fault is this, Katie? Is it Joe's fault, or is it just the media who are just like, they'll do anything? It's such a glaring difference from how they treat Trump.
Which part?
Yeah.
Of this specifically. I don't necessarily think it's that he's old. I think it's that he has a problem. I mean, my grandmother-in-law is 101, and she could do a much better job than Joe Biden.
101.
101, and
wow.
she is more cognitively available than that. But it is. I think it is the media's fault. I don't know. I think it's the media's fault.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the eggs are in the will because they're very valuable.
Eggs.
The egg basket is in the will. No, I was just saying that I think this is the media's fault. I mean, the White House abuses them over and over again. You asked about Trump. You know, President Trump addressed the media every single day, and all they did was ask him stupid questions about themselves rather than asking questions that would benefit the country. Here you have the White House holding a press conference like once a year, and they take two questions that are clearly being coordinated. Maybe not exact wording, but the topics are obviously given ahead of time, so he knows exactly what he's going to say, reading off a cue card. They should demand better than that. And when they claim that they're there to benefit the American people, to give them information, they're not doing that. They're just doing what the White House tells them to do.
Because they're happy. That's their guy, right, Jim? It's like, why should they push him? You know, they don't even set him up for anything. They just like play along.
During the lockdown, the beginning of lockdown, those Trump press conferences for like 2 hours, that was must-see TV.
Yes,
that was better than a comedy Netflix special. And that was all off the cuff. There was no one. He didn't know what was coming at him. He's fighting with everybody.
Yeah.
And now he's got a card to look at and know. You know, look, give Biden credit though. At least he remembered to look at the card. So you got to give him that.
Yes.
If they could just give him a cheat sheet to go upstairs.
Yeah.
You know,
he never knows where he's going.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny too. I was thinking about Trump and like how he would actually. Instead of walking away from the press, he would just start. He'd be walking at them. And you just go, "Here it comes," and he would enjoy it. And it was fun, and because he knew that he was smarter than they were, and he was more engaged in the world than they were, and so he said, like, these people aren't going to get the best of me. So these guys just handle Joe with like medical gloves or like tongs. They handle him with tongs. You know what tongs are, Kat?
Yes, I know what tongs are. Yes.
Oh yes. They usually do.
Was that the question?
Flight attendants use them to give you a warm towel. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. All these headlines about, you know, Biden, this cheat sheet shows that this journalist had the questions ahead of time. I think that those are incorrect because I don't think you can call this journalism.
Yeah.
It's performance art. Because journalism is supposed to be, okay, a reporter asks a question and because they want to know the answer, and the free press is supposed to be a check on the government. That's part of the reason for the First Amendment, the main reason for the First Amendment. And, you know, I'm glad that we know this at least. It's good information to know that he is actually answering questions that he's been given ahead of time because that's not the way things are supposed to work. And I don't think it should be. I think he should be able. I don't care how old you are, really, so much as can you handle asking questions from the press?
Yeah.
That's a huge part of the job.
Yeah. Jimmy, it reminds me of the CNN debate, remember?
When Hillary had the questions ahead of time?
Yeah, exactly.
How about
That'll never happen to us.
Yeah, no. But she did. She got the questions from a CNN reporter ahead of time. Tubin wasn't the only one with a lot of pull. Look at that. Hey, that wasn't the joke. Stick with me. Good night, everybody. I want to defend the media on one thing because I watched some of that press conference. They did ask Biden some tough questions like, what's your name? What country are we in? No, what I love what they're doing with him right now at the Daily Beast is they're pulling a Billy Madison. Do you remember in Billy Madison when the little kid pees his pants? And Adam Sandler doesn't want him to make him feel bad, so he's like, pee in your pants is cool.
Yeah.
That's what the Daily Beast is doing.
Yeah.
Having dementia is cool.
Yeah.
I dementia my pants every day. But somebody should acknowledge the singing of the South Korean president, which was pretty damn good, was it not?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, thank you. He wouldn't win the White House's Got Talent, though, because Bill Clinton once converted an intern to a humidor, which is very impressive.
I didn't expect it to go in that direction, but
It's an all skate. It's an all skate.
all right,
how did
now
you
we
not
got to
know?
move on, all right?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.